Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going behind the scenes of something you experience every day, but probably don't think much about: wholesaling.
Okay.
You wanted to know how it all works, and trust me, it's a fascinating journey.
Yeah,
Kind of like tracing a product's DNA all the way back to its origin.
that's a great way to put it. It's easy to overlook that complex network of wholesalers connecting manufacturers to retailers and ultimately to us as consumers.
Okay, so let's start with the basics.
Right.
What exactly is wholesaling?
Okay.
It's more than just buying in bulk, right?
Right. Wholesaling is essentially the bridge between those who make products
Okay.
and those who sell them.
Yeah.
It's about ensuring a steady flow of goods through the supply chain,
Hmm.
often involving bulk purchases directly from manufacturers,
Yeah.
sometimes in the thousands of units.
Wow.
This bulk buying power is what allows wholesalers to get lower prices and pass those savings along down the line.
Ah, so that's how we benefit as consumers.
Ex-
But I bet there's a whole ecosystem of different types of wholesalers out there.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Let's start with the workhorses of the industry.
Okay.
Merchant wholesalers.
Hmm.
These are the classic buy, store, sell operations,
Yeah.
often holding a wide array of products in their own warehouses.
Okay.
There's also a limited service version
Hmm.
where they might focus on a particular niche or offer fewer bells and whistles.
So they're like the general stores of the wholesaling world,
Right.
stocking a bit of everything.
Exactly. Then we have the connectors,
Hmm.
the agents and brokers.
Okay.
They're less about moving physical goods and
Yeah.
more about facilitating deals.
Yeah.
Think of them as the matchmakers
Okay.
with a deep understanding of specific markets
Mm-hmm.
who bring buyers and sellers together for a commission.
Okay. Starting to see the variety here. Now, what about those manufacturers who want to control their own destiny?
Yeah,
Do they ever skip the middleman entirely?
sometimes they do. That's where manufacturer sales branches and offices come in.
Okay.
It's like setting up shop directly within the retail space,
Yeah.
giving manufacturers more control over distribution and pricing.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Now, I've heard a lot about drop shippers lately.
Yeah.
They seem to be all the rage, especially online. What makes them so special?
They're the ultimate lean operators. Drop shippers don't actually hold any inventory.
Yeah.
Instead, they partner with manufacturers or other wholesalers
Okay.
who handle storage and shipping directly to the customer.
So it's like being a virtual wholesaler?
Right.
That sounds perfect for smaller businesses.
Yeah.
Or those just starting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
No need to invest in a massive warehouse.
Exactly. It's a low overhead model that's been a game changer for many entrepreneurs,
Okay.
but it's not without its challenges.
Oh.
We also have rack jobbers.
Interesting.
They handle specific product categories, often things like magazines or snacks,
Okay.
and manage the displays in retail stores. They often don't get paid until the products actually sell.
Wait, so rack jobbers get paid only after the product sells?
That's right.
That's a risky business model.
Mhm.
Tell me more about how that works.
Rack jobbers specialize in specific product categories,
Yeah.
often things like magazines or snacks,
Okay.
and manage the displays in retail stores.
Hmm.
They're essentially betting on their ability to make those products fly off the shelf.
That's fascinating. And then we have the cash and carry wholesalers,
Right.
the no frills option, right?
Absolutely. Cash and carry is all about bulk buying at a discount.
Yeah.
Retailers go to the warehouse,
Mm.
pay up front,
Okay.
and often handle transportation themselves,
Yeah.
a specialized subtype.
Okay.
The truck wholesaler
Mm.
actually delivers directly to the retailer.
Wow, so many ways to approach wholesaling. It seems like a world with its own rules and rhythms.
It absolutely is, and it's a world that's been significantly impacted by technology.
Speaking of technology, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Right.
E-com.
Okay. How has the online world changed the game for wholesalers?
It's been a major disruptor, forcing wholesalers to adapt or get left behind.
Yeah.
It's no longer enough to just have a warehouse full of goods.
Right.
You need to establish a strong online presence,
Yeah.
optimize your website,
Okay.
and engage in digital marketing.
It's not just about having a website.
Right.
Wholesalers are using targeted ads, social media marketing, and even partnering with influencers to reach new customers online,
Yeah,
right?
you got it. They're even using AI to analyze data and predict demand.
You know, one source mentioned how a wholesaler used AI to predict a surge in demand for patio furniture
Yeah.
due to an early heat wave.
Oh,
They
God.
adjusted their inventory and ended up with a 20% increase in sales.
Exactly. AI algorithms can analyze massive amounts of data to
Wow.
forecast trends and optimize pricing,
Mm.
giving wholesalers a competitive edge.
Okay.
And then there's the Internet of Things.
Where sensors and devices track inventory in real time. It's like
Yeah.
a digital nervous system for the entire supply chain.
That's right. You can monitor warehouse conditions,
Yeah.
track goods in transit,
Hmm.
and identify potential bottlenecks.
Okay.
It's all about maximizing efficiency and minimizing waste.
Okay. I'm starting to see how technology is both a challenge and an opportunity for wholesalers.
Right.
But let's switch gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about the human side of the equation.
Hmm.
What are some of the biggest hurdles wholesalers face today?
One of the most significant is managing that complex web we call the supply chain.
Right. It's not just about moving boxes around.
Yeah.
There's a lot to juggle. Inventory, logistics, supplier relationships.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the intricacies of supply chain management. It sounds like a constant balancing act,
Yeah.
especially when you consider all the moving parts.
Right.
Sourcing products, negotiating prices, coordinating transportation, managing storage.
It definitely keeps things interesting. And it's not just about logistics and operations.
Building strong relationships with suppliers is crucial.
That makes sense. You need to trust the people providing your products.
Exactly. It's about building those long-term partnerships based on reliability,
Yeah.
quality, and shared values.
Okay.
And increasingly, that includes sustainability.
Ah, yes. Consumers are becoming much more conscious of where their products come from
Right.
and how they're made.
Absolutely. Wholesalers are feeling that pressure too.
Mm.
They're looking for ways to source ethically,
Okay.
reduce their environmental footprint,
Yeah.
and adopt eco-friendly practices throughout their operations.
Like a whole new layer of complexity added to the equation.
Yeah.
But it sounds like technology might be playing a role in making those sustainability goals achievable.
It is. Technology is allowing wholesalers to track products more closely,
Oh.
optimize transportation routes,
Hmm.
and reduce waste throughout the supply chain.
So it's not just about boosting profits.
Right.
It's about doing business in a way that aligns with a more sustainable future. That's encouraging.
It is. And it speaks to the evolving role of wholesaling in the modern economy.
Yeah.
It's not just about moving goods from point A to point B anymore. It's about doing so efficiently, ethically, and in a way that benefits everyone involved.
Now, if I'm someone listening to this, maybe even thinking about dipping my toes into the wholesaling waters, what kind of advice would you give me?
First and foremost, do your research.
Okay.
Understanding the intricacies of the wholesaling world is crucial.
Yeah.
Think about what suits your business best.
Hmm.
If you're starting small, maybe drop shipping where you sell products without keeping them in stock could work.
Okay.
But if you're big and want more control, maybe being a manufacturer's representative is better.
You mentioned drop shipping is popular, but doesn't that create quality control issues?
Right.
How do wholesalers ensure customers get what they expect?
That's a key challenge. Wholesalers who utilize dropshipping need to carefully vet their manufacturing partners
Okay.
and establish clear quality standards. It's also important to have robust communication channels in place so that any issues can be addressed quickly and efficiently.
So it's about finding the right partners and establishing a strong foundation of trust. Makes sense.
Exactly. Wholesalers need to think strategically about their business model, their target market, and their long-term goals.
Okay.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Mm.
It requires careful planning, meticulous execution, and a willingness to adapt to ever-changing market dynamics.
What about finding your niche? Is it important to specialize in a particular product category or industry?
It can definitely be an advantage, especially when starting out.
Hmm.
Focusing on a niche allows you to develop expertise, build relationships with key suppliers, and target your marketing efforts more effectively.
So, for example, instead of trying to be a jack of all trades, you could become the go-to wholesaler for, say, eco-friendly cleaning products or sustainable building materials.
Exactly. By carving out a niche, you position yourself as a specialist,
Okay.
attracting both suppliers and retailers looking for that specific expertise.
It seems like the world of wholesaling is all about finding the sweet spot between supply and demand, adapting to new technologies, building strong relationships, and staying ahead of the curve.
It is. And while the journey is not without its challenges, it's also incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
There's a certain satisfaction in being that vital link in the chain,
Right.
connecting manufacturers with retailers, and ultimately bringing products to the hands of consumers.
I can see the appeal. And for those of us who aren't planning to launch our own wholesaling ventures, understanding these processes gives us a newfound appreciation for the complexity and ingenuity behind the things we buy every day.
It does. It's a hidden world that most of us never think about,
Right.
but it touches every aspect of our lives.
And that's what makes these deep dives so fascinating.
Yeah,
We get to peel back the layers and uncover the stories behind the products we take for granted.
exactly. It's all about expanding our understanding of the world around us.
It's amazing to think about, the journey a product takes from raw materials to finished goods and all the hands that touch it along the way.
Mm.
Wholesalers play such a crucial role in orchestrating that intricate dance.
They really do. And as we've discussed, it's not a one-size-fits-all industry.
Right.
Choosing the right wholesaling model, understanding your market, and adapting to new technologies are all key to success.
And don't forget the human element. Building strong relationships with suppliers and fostering a culture of trust and transparency is paramount.
Absolutely. Wholesaling is ultimately a people business,
Yeah.
and those connections are what make it thrive.
I'm also struck by how wholesaling is evolving to meet the demands of a more sustainable and ethical marketplace.
That's a key trend. Consumers are demanding more from the companies they support.
Right.
And those expectations are filtering down through the entire supply chain.
It's encouraging to see wholesalers embracing these values and finding innovative ways to reduce their environmental impact and source products responsibly.
It speaks to a broader shift in business consciousness,
Yeah.
recognizing that profitability and sustainability are not mutually exclusive.
Well, this deep dive has certainly opened my eyes to the complexity and importance of wholesaling.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a whole new understanding of the intricate web that connects producers, distributors, and consumers.
Me too. It's one of those things we often take for granted.
Right.
But once you start to peel back the layers, you realize how much ingenuity and collaboration goes into making it all work.
It makes you appreciate those everyday products in a whole new light.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I'm at the store, I'll definitely be thinking about the journey those items took to get there and the wholesalers who played a part in that story.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe this conversation has sparked an entrepreneurial idea or two for some of our listeners out there.
Maybe so. The world of wholesaling is full of possibilities for those willing to dive in and embrace the challenge.
Well said. It's a dynamic and evolving industry that offers a unique perspective on the world of commerce.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to surface from this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
And with you, dear listener. We hope you've gained some valuable insights into the often overlooked but absolutely essential world of wholesaling. To leave you with something to ponder, think about the last thing you bought. Can you trace its journey back through the intricate network of wholesalers who helped bring it to you? It's a fascinating exercise that might surprise you. Until next time, happy diving!